Hi everyone, welcome back to Unicorn Dust Designs. My name is Sammy and on this channel we do DIYs, we do wood signs, thrift flips, a little bit of everything. And today we are focusing this video on Dollar Tree Christmas DIYs. I know I have my Dollar Tree lovers out there, so I hope you enjoy this video. These are gonna be DIYs from way back when. So if you have been on my channel, you may have forgot about them. And if you are new, then I hope that they inspire you. Let's go ahead and get started. For this DIY, you're just gonna grab some Dollar Tree signs, okay? We need a rectangle and we need 2 squares. So maybe you have those shapes already. I didn't, so I have to cut mine. So I'm using this, which I'm recycling. I've cut it before. I wish I would have cut it just a little bit longer though, but you guys, you do you, cut them however you want. So I am just using my box cutter here, and these cut very easily if you have a sharp enough blade on there. This is going to be my rectangle. Then with these signs, I was trying to not get the 2 holes on my boxes. So I had to cut it on the top and I had to cut off the bottom because I knew the topper of my box was going to cover one of the holes and then the other hole I cut off. So again, doing a second box. So you should have 3 boxes total, or if you want to make this like super big, I mean, cut a million boxes. I don't care. All right, so after we are done with that, I wanted to show you that this paper actually comes off super easy on these signs anyways. If not, you could cover it with shipping paper on the back. So now I'm taking some scrap paper. I got this like huge bundle pack from Hobby Lobby last year. You are going to trace out your boxes. Now, the one on the left that looks like wood, I'm going to keep that wood. And then the 2 square boxes, I'm going to put the scrapbook paper on. So as per usual, we're going to grab our Mod Podge, adhere our scrapbook paper, smooth it out, and then I'm going to put some Mod Podge on the top. We're going to do the same thing with the second box, but I'm going to be choosing a different scrapbook paper. And you guys could really, it doesn't even have to be Christmas. You can make this like birthday. You can make this Halloween. I mean, you can really do anything. Now I'm going to take these paint stir sticks. Now these, no joke, were just scraps and they were the perfect size. So for one of them, I'm going to put the scrapbook paper on, and you want these to be just a little bit longer so that you have overhang, just like I'm doing here. That's going to be the top to our present box. And then for my other 2, they were like same charcoal gray, but I wanted them black. So I'm going to paint the other 2 black. Again, there's no specific like size I could give you because it's all going to depend on how you cut your boxes, like what shapes and all of that. So you just want to make sure there's overhang. So I'm going to hot glue those to the top of these boxes, making sure they're flush with our square. Then I'm going to play around with placement. These can totally be like crazy, and like you can stagger them all wonky. You can stagger them side by side, but I'm going to do one kind of in the middle. And as you can see, what I'm doing is I'm putting the boxes on top of each other. Then I'm marking it off with a pencil. So you'll see right here, I'm going to mark it off with a pencil. That way I know that I cannot put my hot glue above that line so that it's not all messy and gross. All right, so now we got to accessorize. So I'm using this Dollar Tree bow. I'm going to put that on the bottom one. Then I'm going to take some red burlap ribbon from Dollar Tree and I'm going to make a basic bow. If you guys want me to do another bow tutorial video that would be in real time, comment down below with a bow emoji or just let me know, and then I can get one going for you guys. Okay, so then I'm going to put that red. I love this red color. And this was a last minute decision. I think it definitely tied everything together. Just a little pop of glitter, which I love. And then to finish this off, I'm just going to put a little twine loop on the back of it, and look at how stinking cute this Christmas DIY is. And the Christmas tree and the container it's in, I did that one last year, so there is a video on that. All right, you guys, let's go on to the next one. You guys, if you see these wood rounds at Dollar Tree, buy a bunch of them. These are going to be amazing for crafting. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking antique wax, I am taking a baby wipe, and I am just smoothing that on over this wood. I like this process because it's fast and it dries super quickly. I like speeding up the process by using my heat gun. And after this dries, we're going to apply the painter's tape, and I'm doing it a little below halfway. And next I'm going to grab my Rich Black by Folk Art. I only need one coat of this, and I do make sure to get the little skinny sides as well, just to make it look nice and finished. Once that's dry, I'm going to take my daubers and I'm going to dip it in a red. I believe these are in my Amazon store link down in the description box. And I just wanted a little bit more detail, I guess. I didn't want it so plain. So I'm going to put that around the top perimeter. And now, you guys, I talked about the Walmart picks. This is $1.50 at Walmart. So make sure you check out the picks at Walmart this coming season because they are amazing quality. So I'm going to hot glue that. I'm going to put a nice healthy amount on there. I'm going to let it set up before I play around with my bow. And next, I'm going to make one of my basic bows. I did 2 loops, and then I am going to find the middle. I will then do a cylinder to go into the middle here. So there's our cylinder. And I am going to cut notches into the middle. You don't want to go all the way through. Take a zip tie, feed that through, tighten it up, and then you're going to pull those loops right on out so that you have a nice full bow. I love how that bow turned out. And then I'm going to hot glue that on. Now, I did have to add a little piece of greenery to hide the big glob of glue that I put behind the bell, but it all worked out. All right, and then we are going to take our decal that I made on my Cricut. Again, if you are a member, these are already going to be sized for you in the link. So all you got to do is cut them out, and if you do this same sign, then they're all ready to go for you. So I put those smack dab in the middle, and that is it, you guys. And like I said, these, like, this cost me probably a total of maybe $3.50, $4. And if you do craft shows, you could sell this for about $16 if you have booths, or if you just want to do them for gifts this holiday season, it would be absolutely amazing. So you guys, out with this sheet music that I just Googled and printed in landscape. You guys, okay. So you guys can do this with like a tea bag. My preference is soaking it in coffee and then baking it in the oven. I will drop a link down in the description box for a video that I have done that in before. I was truly being lazy and was like, you know what? I'm going to try the antique and water. It seriously comes out looking like I took a brown marker and colored the entire page. So I wish if I could do this again, I would have just done the coffee, but it is what it is. So I am just taking a chip brush. I am taking my antique wax and water mixture. I am putting it over my sheet music, Joy to the World. And then I am going to crinkle it up while it's damp and then continue to dry this. I wanted it a little bit more crinkly. I wanted it old looking. So after I was done, I did it a little tighter, and then I'm going to flatten it out. There we go. Easy peasy. Now, this beautiful frame actually came from Dollar Tree. It has the mat already in there, which is perfection. And I'm going to go ahead and take it apart. Now, I do end up changing this because I was like, how am I going to get the sheet music to stick? Yada, yada. I'll show you guys later, okay? So now we're taking these little round wood pieces. I got these from Walmart. I think they come in a pack of like 5 or 6 for 98 cents, maybe $1.98. I'm not sure. I know they are really inexpensive though. I'm going to paint all of them plaster. Then after the plaster dries, I'm going to hit it with some antique wax. You guys know me. I like it. I feel like it just adds a little bit more dimension than leaving it flat white or plaster. After this, we're going to take our Dollar Tree letters. Now I'm putting them towards the bottom of the round because we will be putting greenery at the top. If you like simple, then make sure just to stick them right in the center here. After I am done putting those on, I'm going to hit them with some Mod Podge. And the reason I did this is because I wasn't sure if I was going to put it in my booth or not, and I really don't want those stickers popping off on us. So I'm just coating it with a light coat of Mod Podge, my easy squeezy from Dollar Tree Mod Podge. And then I'm going to hit that with the heat gun and let it dry. Now I'm taking some greenery. I believe these are the Walmart picks. And I would say, you guys, the more simplistic on the greenery, the better, because you really want the lettering to stand out versus your greenery. That's why I went with a more simple pick here. So I put 2 on each side. Then I play around with some ribbon. Hold on, if I ever get past this part. And I'm going to do some finger bows. I'm the worst, but I will try and remember to link it down below. I had some star red ribbon, and then I ended up, let's just go with plain red ribbon. So you guys, I am going to repeat this exact same step with the other 2 circles. You can change them up, but no, don't change them up. I think they all should look the same. Okay, so now we got our sheet music and our frame. So you could see right here, I end up having to, okay, I do take it out. Then I'm going to take that cardboard piece out. I'm going to attach the sheet music to the mat in there. Then I put the cardboard back in. I'm even going to put the glass back in. That way we don't have the paper like bowing in on us. I needed a firm backing because we're going to go get those round pieces and we're putting them in our frame. So as you can see, I do have to tuck them into the mat just a little bit. This is also why we're not using the glass, because they wouldn't have fit. So I'm just gonna hot glue these on here, you guys, and that is it. You can attach a hanger, you can put it like sawtooth on the back, but I think this looked so cute. I wish the Joy to the World sheet music was a lot lighter, but you know what? It is what it is, and I think it actually looks so adorable. Let me know what you think. All right, y'all, we're taking another bag, and I had to try this. I had to try this DIY because I saw so many people doing it. So I only had a black canvas. This is a black canvas from Arteza, and I didn't know if using Mod Podge with the bag, if the black would show through. So I decided to get some paint and just cover the black up just in case. I don't care about the sides because we're going to cover that up. So then taking the bag, even the sides of these bags are beautiful. Anyways, I'm going to cut the image off. I already used the other side for a different project. The other side had glitter on it though, so got to save that piece, of course. Then I'm trying to take this top piece off because it was thicker and I didn't know how I would work with the Mod Podge. So I try to take off that thickness. And then I'm going to take off the bag string, and we're not going to worry about those holes because we are going to end up covering those up. So then taking it to our canvas, we are going to grab some Mod Podge and we are going to put a heavy dose of Mod Podge on this canvas. And your girl put just a little too much. So I'm going to take some of the excess Mod Podge and I'm going to put it on my bag. And y'all, I've seen this DIY done a couple times and I just had to try it myself and I had to show you all it because it came out so good. Okay, so now I have this on our canvas. And then I am going to put some Mod Podge over our bag. I'm trying to kind of level it out, you know, smooth it out. And then, okay, so I put the Mod Podge over, right? And I'm trying to put it over, but for some reason, these sides would not stay down. They kept curling on me. I tried a couple things, and then I thought, you know what? Let me grab my heat gun, and it'll kind of basically dry down as I'm pushing it down with my paintbrush, and it worked so well. So if that happens to you, you could try that. It does get a little tacky, but I wasn't worried about it because we're gonna cover all of these sides up. So taking this frayed burlap ribbon from burlapfabric.com, I will leave the link down below. It was the perfect size for this. So I'm just using it straight from the roll, applying some hot glue. And I want you guys to notice when I am doing this, I'm taking my finger protector, and you see how I'm just sliding my finger across it? That is because I don't want to press down on it, because then that hot glue is gonna come up through that burlap fabric and it is just going to look like a white, dried, plasticky mess. And you don't want that. So that is why I put the hot glue down, put our ribbon, and I just kind of rub my finger over it. Now, I didn't like how sheer this was exactly, so I decided to put another layer over this. And if you pay attention, I kind of put it a little higher so you could see that fray on top of the canvas. And I'm gonna repeat the steps again for the tops and the sides. And right here I show you, see how you could still kind of see the paint and the black canvas? I didn't want that for the front. I don't care if the black canvas shows on the side because the tires are black and all that, and really you don't see it at all. So we're gonna go ahead and finish that off, and then we're gonna grab some thumbtacks from the Dollar Tree. People also call them like grommets and things like that. And these are so great for detail, you guys. It's the smallest details that really create the wow factor in some of these crafts, because I could have left it just like this and it would have been beautiful, but I couldn't. I had to do more. So we are gonna finish this off. Look at how pretty that is. Yes, ma'am. Okay, then we're gonna take lights. So this is what I said. I've seen it done, had to do it. So I couldn't get this unscrewed, and then my husband popped in my head and said, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. And then it started unscrewing for me. And these lights, beware you guys at the final reveal, because these are super bright. These are from the Dollar Tree. These are the clear ones, but they come off blue in this video. So, couple things. The strand on the graphic has about 17 lights on it. We have 10 lights in this strand. So my thought was we will go every other light in the graphic. So I'm taking my weeding tool here, and I've never done this before, so this was all trial and error for me. And I'm poking a hole through the canvas, which was fairly easy. And then I'm gonna push those lights through. Now it's not super easy. You're gonna have to use a little bit of muscle, because you don't want those holes so big that your lights are just gonna fall through them. So every other light, and I think doing the other every light on the graphic was great too, because it really made it look like a strand of lights. I think if you would have put them all close together, like if you would have put a light in each one of those, it would have just looked like a line of lights. You know what I'm saying? You picking up what I'm putting down? So I'm gonna go ahead and continue to do that for all the lights here. And you're gonna have, I think, like one leftover light, which we'll just leave in the back. Then taking some double-sided tape, I'm gonna stick that there, and that's good. Yes, the wires show, but you guys, this is gonna be like a leaner, it's gonna go in a bookshelf or something. Nobody's gonna see the back, and I wanted access to be able to turn it off and on. So taking now a Dollar Tree pick, I'm just deconstructing it, and then we're going to go ahead and hot glue these pieces together. So this has some like snowy fern Christmas tree stuff. This pick is from Hobby Lobby. On sale it was only 50 cents. And like I said in my last video, you guys, if I could use the pick in its entirety, I will. Your girl's lazy. I don't want to take it apart. But I tried to cut one piece off of it, and then they all just came apart. So now I'm just gonna piece this together how I want it. So I'm taking some of these holly leaves, and they actually had like the metal little stick still on them, so it made it super easy to attach to the greenery, which was exciting for me. And we're gonna go ahead and place those in there, and then we're gonna take, it was like a squiggly, I don't know what it was. It was, looks like a little piggy's tail. And I'm just stuffing that in there. And then I'm gonna take the pine cone that was on there and stick that on as well. Then we are going to get this from another project, these berries, but they went with it so well because it was all snowy and beautiful. And are you guys ready for the final reveal? Because it is seriously stunning. My husband loved this. Look at how pretty, y'all. Look at how pretty. I like have the biggest smile. If you can't hear it. Right, here's another easy one for you. I am taking one of the Christmas tree ornament signs from Dollar Tree. We're gonna pop that silver top off, but make sure to keep it because we'll be reusing it. And then I am going to take my collection of Hobby Lobby sheet music. I chose this beautiful gold one, and we are going to go ahead and just like flip that around. I'm going to trace it out. Oh, you guys, I found the chili covered watermelon suckers at our gas station to die for. Anywho, I'm going to cut this out. I don't think I need to show you. You guys know how to cut it out. And then I'm going to apply Mod Podge. Can I just tell you, I don't know how I got like the biggest, bubbliest bubble on like putting the scrapbook paper on over the Mod Podge, because seriously, this is a thick piece of scrapbook paper. So I was like, how does that even happen? I don't know, but you'll see what I'm talking about. Anyways, it is what it is, right? You just work with it. Okay, do you see that bubble? It's hideous. And of course, so anyways, I put this silver back on. I really liked the silver and the gold contrast. I know it's not a lot of people's preferences, but you do you, okay? So after that, I'm gonna get some greenery. This is a pick from Walmart. I am going to deconstruct it because that's what like us crafters do with everything. And I'm going to hot glue everything on individually so that I could play around with the placement. Now, why I didn't put it on the right side where the bubble is, you guys, I don't know, but that would have probably been the wiser. So then taking this little wood bead strand, one of my amazing subscribers sent it to me. I am hot gluing that to the middle of our pine branches. And then I am going to also get, I don't know what they're called, you guys. It was the pack. It had like pine cones in it, some gold, some red. It was bags at Dollar Tree in the floral section. Anywho, that's where I got this stuff from. And I'm going to go ahead and play around with it. I put some gold in there. I put some plain little baby pine cones on there. And I'm just trying to hide the top of those branches so you can't see it. Then taking these wood stars, these are also from Dollar Tree from this year's Christmas collection. I'm going to hit those with some crimson red. And then while they are still wet, I am also going to grab some antique wax and put that over just to darken up the red a tad bit. I don't know why I don't like it like this bright, bright red. But I'm going to hot glue those to the end. And that's all, you guys. Now you can add lettering to this, put Merry and Bright. I mean, there's so many options that you can do, but I really liked the simplicity of this because of the metallic gold that's shining through. And of course I needed to add red because it's Christmas. So y'all, I hope this inspires you to put your own twist on it or make it exactly like this. It's totally up to you, but I think it came out adorable. And like I said, so easy. All right. Now this one's like super easy. So taking candles from Dollar Tree. This is some red sheet music from Hobby Lobby. This actually has a Christmas song on it, so I love it. I do wish I would have got like red or green candles, so keep that in mind if you want to recreate these. Then taking these scissors, you guys, I don't know where these scissors came from, okay? But I found them in my stash and they worked out perfectly. Now, if you don't have these scissors, you can definitely just tear the edges off if you don't want like the crisp lines. So I do that for both sides of my scrapbook paper. Then I'm going to turn them around and I'm going to take my handy dandy squeezy Mod Podge and I am going to coat this. Now, I was thinking maybe you could use a glue stick, but I feel like it would pop off. Then I was like, could you use hot glue? But we know how hot glue and glass reacts to each other. So I would say go with Mod Podge. Then I lay it on my candle. And I could have measured so I didn't waste the paper, but I wasn't thinking here, y'all. So I just wrapped it around and it worked out perfectly fine. Then I made sure that I got the seams so it didn't come out. So I applied a little bit more Mod Podge, close that up, and I'll be doing the same thing to my second candle. Now, once I'm done, I get some twine. I'm going to tie it in a double knot around our candle, and then I'm going to apply just a little bit of hot glue to the back so that our twine doesn't move around. Then I'm going to wrap it around to your preference, however thick that you want it. And then I am going to, we're going to skip this part because I did not do a great job of showing you guys what I was doing. So now I am going to tie this. I tie the twine in a bow. Hold on, you guys. I get a better shot. Here we go. And then taking more of that stuff, the bag of stuff I got from Dollar Tree, and some pine branches that I got from another Walmart. Sorry, you guys, the kids just got home, so you're probably going to hear them in the background. I apply those, and that's it. I mean, oh, no. These little cream, little berry things I stick in there too. Let me see. I show you. There we go. And now, that was it. And look at how cute these are. I love the red music notes. I love the Christmas song on them. I love the simplicity of the greenery. And I hope it inspires you because there's so many different ways that you can make this. All right. Since a lot of things have changed since I created these DIYs over the years, I wanted to let you guys know that I do now have a website, unicorndustdesigns.com. I sell my upcycles on there, SVG, DIY paints, IOD products, recycled decoupage paper, and all my thrifted finds. So definitely head over there and check it out. There might be something you didn't know you wanted or needed. And you guys, it's Christmas time. So treat yourself to a Christmas present. I mean, why not, right? All right, you guys, we will get back into these Christmas DIYs. I appreciate you all being here with me. Let's get back. For this DIY, we are using this pizza pan, and some scrapbook paper. And I am trying to kind of like trace it out with my finger, but the darn scrapbook paper keeps moving. What I usually use is one of those splatter lids that you can find at Dollar Tree as well. Yeah, girl was just being too lazy to get off her booty and get it. So we used this method, which it worked just fine. I just feel like it took me longer than it would have with the other thing. Okay, so now we gotta go ahead and lay this down, and I'm going to use some Mod Podge. And I'm learning, y'all. The more I craft, the more I learn. So I'm going in pretty light with the Mod Podge on the pizza pan, and I'm just spreading it evenly. Like I keep getting some from the middle and then taking it outwards and just making sure it's super smooth, and do a light coat on the paper. We're gonna go ahead and apply that, and then I'm using this Mod Podge like scraper. It almost has like a rubber texture to it. Mama Mickey sent this to me, and it is awesome. I will be using it all the time. And I'm just smoothing that out. And then we're gonna take some nautical rope from Dollar Tree, or any rope you have, doesn't matter. You could even line this with beads if you want to. And we are going to wrap that all around to hide our cutout. Did I say cutout? I don't know what I'm talking about, you guys. Just watch the video. Just kidding. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and finish that up. I love, you guys, I could not pick a favorite of this video. Like I really tried, but I was just feeling these DIYs. Like I was vibing this day, and all of them are my favorite. Okay, so we're gonna hang on to that little extra tab right there. And then we're gonna grab this Santa from Dollar Tree. And they also had a snowman as well. So this, y'all, I wanted to raise it up, and I thought it was like bowing in the middle, but when I put the Jenga block in the middle, then it made it lift too high. So then I settled on just applying 2 on the top and the bottom. That way I wasn't hot gluing to the metal, because y'all know when you hot glue to metal, it could just like peel right up. So this was just added security that I knew that this little Santa wasn't going anywhere. Then I grabbed these picks from Hobby Lobby. You guys, this pick was $2.99 and 50% off, and it is gorga, okay? So gorgeous, so sparkly, none of it falls out. It's just so pretty. So I am just playing around and I'm cutting little pieces off at a time, and then I'm playing around with my arrangement. Now, usually your girl's lazy and I rather just use the whole darn pick, but that wasn't working for me. So I channeled my inner Crafted by Corey, and she takes picks all the time and just basically takes the whole thing apart and then pieces it back together the way she likes it. So that's what I'm doing here. So just playing around with it, putting a little bit of glue on there, pressing it in behind the previous leaves. And y'all, this looks so high end. Like the Santa Claus alone right here looks stunning, and just all of it together, amazing. And I was inspired. I saw somebody took a screenshot of somebody else's DIY on like a Dollar Tree craft group, but they used the snowman and added like a lot of like burlap textures and twine, and it just looked absolutely gorgeous. And that's what inspired me to create this piece. So look at how pretty that is. I love the checkered background. You could go buffalo plaid, you could do whatever you want. So next we are going to take that extra nautical rope we had, jute cord, whatever you want to use. And I'm just kind of hot gluing the end so it doesn't fray. You know what I'm talking about. And then we're going to turn that around and we're going to put some glue right there, hold her down. I love when you use this round, one, it's a round pizza pan, two, the Santa Claus is off center and so are the florals. So you really can't go crooked with this, which is a win-win in my book. And y'all, so cute. Are y'all ready to see this? Look at how cute that is. And now the more I see it, it would have looked really cute too, painting the pizza pan black. That would have been stunning. So here is our wall decor piece. Let me know what you think. I am super excited about this. And y'all, it was so easy to recreate. And that's what this video is all about, are just easy to cut out. Then as you can see here, I just pop it away, pop all my little circles off of here, and I'm ready to start crafting. You could even make little pieces of confetti with it. So many options. So now I'm taking these styrofoam cones. These are from Dollar Tree, and I am going to start hot gluing our scrapbook circles. You know what you picking up what I'm putting down. And all I'm doing is overlapping each of these circles. Now, as you go up, and you can see, I leave a little overhang on the bottom because we're going to put a candlestick under this tree. So leave a little overhang there. Then as I go up, you can see I'm now hot gluing in between the bottom layer. Does that make sense? I know you guys are picking up what I'm putting down by just watching it. So, you know, just don't listen to me. Okay, so then I continue to hot glue as I go around, and I feel like I'm going to make you watch this for a very long time when I should have cut all of this out. So hi, my name's Sammy. I'm like a master editor of YouTube videos, and if you guys couldn't tell, here's the proof right here. You would think, y'all, man, your girl's a mess. So anywho, as we get to the top, make sure you leave a little bit of overhang on the top, just a wee bit. We don't need a lot, but we want it to look a little bit more pointed at the top, and you also don't want to see that flat part of the cone there. So make sure you leave a little bit sticking up, okay? So then I'm gonna take these finial caps. I get these at Walmart. They come in a pack of 8 with 2 different sizes in them. I'm going to take Rich Black by Folk Art. I'm going to paint those up. Excuse me. And I did make 2 trees. That's why you see 2 of them here. And after that, we're going to go ahead and let those dry. Then I'm going to take a glass candlestick from Dollar Tree. I did spray paint it matte black by Rust-Oleum. I am now going to apply some hot glue to them, and this is going to be our base. And that is it, you guys. It was so easy, especially because I did not have to cut these out like one by one, and they turned out, they almost look like regal, you know, just like the simplicity, the gold. So beautiful. Okay, are you guys ready? So for this one, we're going to use one of the Dollar Tree like tag signs. They actually have different ones out right now for Christmas, so go snag some up. I'm going to go ahead and take the twine off of this. I do try and sand majority of the glitter off. That way when I put the backing on, it will actually stick to it. So I'm going to start off by using Rust-Oleum Linen White. I'm going to give it a rough paint job. I only do one coat, and I also make sure to hit the sides just a wee bit. All right, next I'm taking my IOD Christmas stamps. These are last year's edition, so not a lot of people carry them anymore. But I'm going to go ahead and make sure I have a good coat of my black IOD ink on him, and then I'm just going to flip him around, and I'm going to put him on the bottom left corner. You can also print a Santa image out on tissue paper as well. So there's quite a few options you could do to achieve this look. And then I'm just going to peel him back, and oh my gosh, you guys, this stamp is so detailed. It's insane. Next, I am grabbing some Hobby Lobby ribbon. I made 2 complete circles of ribbon. Now I am going to, obviously what I just said, circle them up, I guess. And then I am going to cut some slits in the middle, get my little zip tie there, and then I'm going to pull that tight, cut the excess of my zip tie off, and look it's a perfect, just cute bow, and it's so simple to make. Now I'm going to take some wood beads. I love doing it this way since I started doing this, and all I'm doing is spritzing some water in there. I'm going to coat it with some of the Crimson Waverly chalk paint, just kind of stir them up in there, and I'm also just going to get my heat gun and dry them right in the cup. Now what's nice about chalk paint, you can take this cup and whatever else you're using, put it in some hot water, and it will come off so easily. Next, I'm taking the end of this paintbrush. It looks kind of like I'm drawing some white paint. The more paint you get, the more coverage you're gonna get. I wanted light coverage. I didn't want it to coat the entire bead. So you'll see I drop them in there, shake them up just a little bit. I love this technique. They come out so beautiful. So I think I used 8 total. And now I am going to get some twine. I am going to string my beads on. Now, after it kind of covered up my, not kind of, it did cover up the text quite a bit. So I wish I would have either not done this at all or done less beads on my strand. So I'm going to do 4, and then I'm not doing any fancy tassels or anything like that. I'm just going to double or triple knot them at the ends, and then cut the excess of the twine off. And then I just leave a little gap in the middle. That way I could put this, attach it like to the back of my bow. So there we go. Tie that. Is it basic? All right. Now I am just taking a little piece of ribbon, folding it on up, and then I'm going to cover the zip tie this way. And then as you can see, I put the strand of beads in the bow so that you can't see it, and then just hot gluing that closed. Now I'm gonna cover the back of my sign. You could use contact paper to cover the back of your signs. You can not cover them, but I prefer to. I don't want to see the Easter little picture on the back, so I just got this from Dollar Tree, the wrapping paper that is, and I'm gonna hot glue it and then cut it out with my craft knife. So once that's done, I'm gonna go ahead and put this all together. So I am going to hot glue my bow first, and the reason I did this was because I wanted to know how much room after I put the bow on I would have for my text. So I decided to add some of my pine pine needles, pine branches. These are on my Amazon store. Absolutely love them. You'll see me use them several times in my Christmas DIYs. And I'm just gonna hot glue those underneath our cute little bow. Now taking some vinyl decals I made from the Cricut, I'm going to go ahead and peel those off, and then you'll see what I'm talking about the beads covering the N and the T. But other than that, this seriously came out so darn beautiful. And then I was like, there's some blank spots here. So I got my IOD stamps. There's little snowflakes, and I'm just kind of filling in those spaces. And voila, look at how detailed this Santa is with his cheeks and his little glasses. I love the way this turned out, and I hope you do too. For this one, we're gonna take 4 picture frames. Do any that you like. You could do gold, you could do white. I chose to do this wood grain one because I like the way it looks once you apply white paint to it. I have made something similar before, but this one we're gonna make Christmassy. So I wanted this to look like an actual window. So I wanted to keep the glass in the frame. So I'm using my Starbond medium adhesive, and I'm gonna attach all the glass to the inside of the frames, and I'm gonna take these little prongs out. I tried folding them down, but you could still see them through the frame, so you will have to take these out. So I'm gonna do that for all 4 of our frames. You could even do these with like 8x10s, 11x14s, so you can make this on a bigger scale for sure. So now I'm gonna take my sponge, I brush on some white paint, and I'm just rubbing it on my frame. The reason I'm doing it this way is because I don't want to oversaturate it. I just want to hit the top of this with the lightest amount possible, and you can just see how it makes all of that grain pop out. It makes it feel more wintry to me. Now, play around with your frames because some of them are a little lopsided. And now I'm going to take, again, the Starbond medium adhesive. I'm going to take my accelerator. That just helps the glue set up instantaneously. So like right when it hits it, it should dry. And then I'm gonna do the same thing with the bottom 2 frames. Easy peasy. Spray that on, stick them together, and then we will stick the 2 of these sets together to make one large window pane. So here we go. Spritz that on. Okay, so once we have that and it dries, it's very sturdy. I did not have to reinforce it with popsicle sticks on the back or anything like that. Then we're going to accessorize it. Well, not yet. I took the backs of the like hangers off of the back of one of the photo backs, and again, just taking my medium adhesive, I'm gonna go ahead and glue those on there so whomever owns it can have the option to hang it, or they can prop it up. But it worked very well. You could also use sawtooth hangers, or you can just glue some twine to the back of it as well. Now taking these beautiful 98-cent picks from Walmart, I'm going to hot glue them on top of our frame. Now, I wish I would have paid attention because, yeah, that fell off. Because I didn't make this even, so when I applied my bow, it kind of looks off center, but you know what? Learn from my mistakes. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and let that set up, and then we're going to get our second one, and I'm just overlapping it, making sure that I get the glue really good on like the bristle part, I guess you can say, because I feel like it holds up a little better. Now, I think I got this ribbon from Joann's, but it was like years ago. I am going to make a very simple bow. I don't know why I decided to make it this way when I could have just looped it like I did the other one and it would have been way easier. But anywho, I am taking 2 strands. I am hot gluing the ends together, and then I am going to get a 3rd piece, make a little cylinder. This will be the middle of our bow. And next I fold them in half. That way I know where my middle is. And then I just kind of scrunch them together. Okay, scrunch, scrunch. Take my zip tie. And what's nice about making bows with zip ties is that if it's off center, you can move that zip tie before tightening it so that your bow is nice and even on both sides. So now that we're done with that, I just take my centerpiece here. Or no, I decided not to do that. I take twine and I'm going to wrap that around the middle. And it looks cute. I like the twine, adds kind of like a rustic feel to it. And then I'm going to go ahead and saturate that. Yeah, saturate it with some hot glue. I was holding it right here and it just starts dripping down. And I was like, what the heck? I didn't even put that much on there. All right. So after that, I move to the bottom. This is another Walmart pick. And I'm trying to make sure that the branches are kind of popping out towards me, because I do have the red cardinal that I want to like have sitting on the branches. So I hot glue this very well. And then there's a little bit of the pick that I had cut off still sticking out. So I'm going to get the pine cone that originally came on this, and I'm going to stick it on the bottom. See where like that brown was showing? I wanted to cover that up. So I'm going to take the pine cone and I'm going to hot glue that right there. But I guess I want you to see me hold it down for a little bit. Okay, there it is. There it is, you guys. I finally did it. Okay, there's our little cardinal. Not doing anything fancy with this guy. Just going to hot glue him right on top of the branches. And you have yourself the cutest little winter window pane. I like the glass inside. I think it makes it look more like authentic, I guess you can say. And like I said, you can make this on a bigger scale, a smaller scale, and you could get your frames from Dollar Tree like I did. All right, this one's so beyond easy, you guys. I got this during Easter, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my painter's tape and I'm going to I'm going to tape off that center MDF board, which pops up. And I'm going to grab my Rich Black by Folk Art. Now, I did 2 coats of this just because the black lettering kind of was popping through. But what I realized was it's kind of like engraved in that MDF, but we end up covering it up either way. So I don't really think you need 2 coats of black, but you know, you do you. And next I'm going to take some plaster, or actually that's my recycled paint from the craft kits. And I'm going to distress the wood. It was a little too brown for my liking. And I found these Christmas trees that I had gotten at Dollar Tree last year. The wood cutouts, whenever Dollar Tree brings them out, I stock up on them because they sell out so fast. So I get a few packs and then I just put them away so I have them for the next year. So I'm going to use a red. Again, these are leftover paints from the craft kit video that I did a couple weeks back. And I'm going to do 3 of these. Then we're going to take our sign and I'm going to lay them out first so that I get that positioning right, the space is right. Already, like, that red pops so much. I love it. I thought about putting like twine bows on it, but the tops of the trees were so small that it took away from it being a Christmas tree, so I decided not to do any bows. And lastly, again, we will have another decal. And you guys, if you are a member, these are already sized and ready to go for you. I will share the link with you after this video. And this is how cute this turned out. Again, look at how bright that red is. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. It was so easy to make. Great beginner project. Let me know what you think about this one. This is one of those like money saving jar boxes from Dollar Tree. We're going to take it apart. Now I will tell you, flip it around because I kept the hole on the top. Shouldn't have done that. So I'm going to take my razor blade. I'm going to go ahead and scrape the lettering off. Some people say you could use nail polish remover. Never works for me. So I just use a razor blade. And then after I am done getting this off, I'll just go ahead and clean it with some glass cleaner. These little razor blades that like are in a little handle, they have a 4-pack at Dollar Tree. All right, so next I'm going to paint the sides of it with Truffle by Waverly, and I wanted to give it more of like a wood look, so that's why I decided to go with the wood. You could, if you love like the black and white like look, it would be even easier if you just left it black. So I'm gonna go ahead and paint that. I don't worry about taping it off because chalk paint comes off so easily that I'm just gonna get the razor blade and I will clean it that way. So then I take my chippy brush, put a light coat of plaster on there to distress it down. Love the way that looks. You guys know, I like things like rustic kind of looking, distressed. And then here I have the razor blade and I'm just gonna go around that frame, getting off any of the paint that got onto my glass, and then I'll just clean it with a glass cleaner. Easy peasy. All right, now I'm going to take some scrapbook paper. This book of scrapbook paper is from Hobby Lobby. And then I am going to take a jumbo glue stick from Jot, and I am going to glue that to the back of it. And this DIY is so nice because you can really make it your own by just changing up the background with scrapbook paper. And yeah, it'll be so cute. All right, taking more of those pine leaves, I am going to cut up about 4 pieces, 5 maybe, 5. All right, so now we're gonna put this together. I got these, I don't know where these lights, you guys, like what store they came from. Mama Mickey sent these to me. I'll try looking on Amazon for you guys, but they are nice because the little actual packet or whatever where you turn them on and off is so tiny. So anyways, it took me like an hour playing with this thing because I'm a perfectionist, and I was like, okay, that's a little too much light here, not enough light here, there's a pine cone missing here. So I kept opening and closing this darn thing, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you just need to let it be. Let it be. Let it go. All right, don't sing that. Definitely don't sing that on here. Okay, so then finally I close it up. I just have to get over it. It is what it is. And then I'm going to take this decal. This is from Design Access on Cricut. And I'm going to attach this. You could even get like a paint pen and put like Merry Christmas on there, whatever you want. And then I will tape this to the back, our little handle. Okay, you don't have to put green, that's just tacky, but I was just winging it right there. And this is how it comes out. And I think this would be cute like in a set of 3 with different sayings on it, different scrapbook backgrounds. So options are really endless with this DIY, you guys. Okay, you guys, my husband decided to grace us with his hands and forearms for this DIY. I had asked him, for our anniversary, will you do a DIY for me? And he's like, sure. So I showed him a Pinterest picture, and he got to have his phone on the side of him to keep referencing it. And this was definitely, it was fun. He's more creative than I thought. So we're taking a pizza pan. We did pre-spray it with clear matte by Rust-Oleum. That way our chalk paint had something to adhere to, and it didn't like chip off or anything like that. So he covers the entire thing with Rich Black by Folk Art. And he was so funny during this. He's like, what paintbrush do I use? What? And I go, I'm not telling you what to do. You figure it out. So he's going to coat this entire thing. We didn't do the back, but you definitely can. And then after this dries, just go ahead and use your heat gun. He takes a white by Rust-Oleum, and he is making like a half moon, I guess you could say, shape. And if you guys love painting, this is totally for you. And this was really easy too. Oh, he got all bent out of shape when that white went over to the side. I go, yeah, we'll just rub it in, and you tell people that you meant for it to be rustic. So he does one coat of this, and then he wanted it to look like in the picture, it looks like there's I guess a snow flurry on top of the snowman. So he gets the Dollar Tree stencil brush. There we go. He has to reference that. And he is doing that, but then it's such a harsh like contrast between like, you know, the paint strokes and then the stippling. So he goes over the entire snowman and does the stippling effect to it. There we go. And then we are going to now, and I didn't even tell him to do this, you guys. He turned his paintbrush around and he made the little snowflakes or whatever, these snowdrops. And I'm like, his mom's really crafty. So I'm like, he probably gets it from his mama. And then he's leaving that space right there because he needs to leave room for the carrot and the snowflake. So now taking Pumpkin by Waverly and a lot smaller of a paintbrush, he is going to basically make like a triangle shape with this here. And he was like, why won't this paint get any darker? I'm like, you have to let it dry and then you do a second coat with it. So he does some work with the nose here. He even takes it up a little bit higher. And then we are going to then, after, watch, you'll see the difference with the second coat. It makes a huge difference. So that's the second coat. Then he takes a dauber. Look, he even starts in the middle. He's so smart. And then he's going to make the snowman's little happy face. Easy peasy. And then he takes a little detailed brush and makes like, you know, the little glisten on the carrot. So cute. And this is where he's like got all upset with himself and was like, ugh, I shouldn't have done the snowflake. And I'm like, snowflakes aren't meant to be perfect, babe. You got this. Let me know down in the comments how you think John did. I love this. When the kids saw it, they were like, Dad didn't do that. I was like, he did all by himself. The only thing I helped him with was the bow at the end. So after he's done with that, he's going to take a little bit of pink by Folk Art, and he's just going to make the snowman have a little rosy cheeks because he's been kissed by the winter air. So cute. I think I need to send this to his mom. Then he gets the nautical rope from Dollar Tree, and he is just going to take this around, and he's going to do it twice. He said if he could have done it again, he would have brought the nautical rope higher up on that, like the lip of the pizza pan, because we are using the back of the pizza pan. So he said he wished he would have done that. But he goes and he does 2 loops of the nautical rope. And as he goes on the second loop, he's now hot gluing the rope together because there is no more pizza pan for it to attach to. So he is just making sure he is attaching it to the rope. So he's going to bring that all the way up to the top. And then in order to cover the seams of where we started and we ended our nautical rope, I made a finger bow for him. And he's going to hot glue that to the top. And he didn't even burn himself once too. So that was pretty good. Now he's going to turn it around, and then he's going to get another piece of nautical rope, and he is going to hot glue that straight to the back. And we are all done with this project. Let John know how he did. I think it turned out really good. It's really cute. I definitely need to send this to his mom for Christmas because she would be so proud of his creativity. All right, you guys, thank you for joining me on a Christmas DIY video. I hope you guys have an amazing... Hey, my friends, I just wanted to check in on you, see if you're still here. If you are still here, drop a happy face emoji for me so it lets me know. I hope you guys are getting inspired by this video. This was a blast from the past. Took me back to my old house when I first got it started with YouTube, and it was really cool to watch this entire mega video. So I hope you guys are getting inspired. Drink every time I say hope, because it seems like a lot. Just so you guys know, I have all my links down in the description box, my website, Instagram. We have a Facebook group where you can share your DIYs, so definitely check that out. And then you guys know the drill. If you're digging me, if you're digging the DIYs, if you are digging this video, then please make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. Commenting is a huge one. If you want to support my channel, comment down below right now with that happy face, okay? I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video. Take another drink, and let's go ahead and get back into it. Your next DIY is going to involve, you guessed it, a gift bag and a frame. So I'm taking the 11 by 14 frame from Dollar Tree, and then the bag I got from Walmart, I think it was like around $2.50. But right when I saw it, I knew it matched the Dollar Tree gnomes. So your girl had to grab it. So right here, I am just painting our frame with Crimson Waverly chalk paint. Now, if it wasn't so cold outside, you betcha booty that I would have been outside just spray painting this, because that would have taken one coat instead of these two coats. Now, when you're painting a frame, y'all, don't forget to paint the inside of the frame. So every time I start painting, and then I'll lift it up to like do a little section, and I'm like, oh yeah, you might need to get that because it's gonna be a different color. And there's Hank all up in your girl's business. So this is how it looks after the two coats, a lot brighter red, love it. And now we're gonna take our bag, and you guys, this is easy peasy. Like, I have created so many of these like gift bag frames to put around the house because they're easy and nobody would ever know that you made them, you know, like just change up the frame, change up the greenery, and you're good to go. So we're just taking this apart. As you saw, I just laid the glass over it. Well, I am right now. And I wanted to get the peaks of the trees in here versus the main gnome's like little feet. I wanted you to see those Christmas trees. And y'all can't see it, but this bag is so beautiful and like has these iridescent glitter all over like their beards and then the snow. And it is so, so pretty in person. So now I'm just tracing out our glass right here. Easy peasy, rainbow squeezy. And we are going to cut that out. You could also use a craft knife, and while you have the glass like piece over it, just cut around it like that. And then clean your glass. There's nothing worse than putting like a picture and everything together and then seeing like fingerprints or like fuzz balls all up in there. So first I just wanted to see what it looked like with no glass. And I was like, nope, that does not look put together. And you know how I like a finished product. So I put that in there, love the way it looks. Then I'm like, okay, this is gonna be standing up like on the bar in my kitchen. And if somebody was standing behind the bar, they're gonna see the back of it. So then I decided to make it look like a finished product, and I painted the back. Now, I need it to stand up. So what I did was take one of these that I had ripped off another Dollar Tree frame at some DIY point here. And that's why I say always save all of the pieces you take off of things because you can reuse them. And then I'm gonna hot glue that to the back, and then I'm gonna put like a strand of hot glue on the top as well, just to reinforce it, because obviously this is a lot smaller than the frame I'm using, but geez, big forehead. And then I tried some greenery. I was really stuck on this greenery, y'all. And I played around with the placement, but you know what? It's 11 by 14. It has glitter on it, which you can't see. So it already makes a really nice statement itself. So I decided less is more. And look at how cute this is. I wish I could have got you guys a better picture of this, but my camera, it was the glass.
I'm sure you guys have seen it a million times. So these aren't Dollar Tree, but they're $1 from Dollar General. So we're going to make it work. Okay, so I'm taking the beadboard. We're going to go ahead and paint these. What I love about DIY paint is that it's clay based, and it gives it like this more of, I'm going to say chalky when it's not chalk paint, maybe matte, dry look, I guess you could say. And you don't have to use multiple coats. Like I just put one coat of this on here and I'm good to go, and I'm happy with the look of it. So I really enjoy using the DIY paints. And again, I'll link Bree's website down below so you can check them out. And the paints come in all different beautiful colors. So I'm going to hit the sides, and then we also do the top as well. We're then going to go in with this red twine that I showed you before. Again, I think I got I know I got this from Michael's. And I'm going to wrap this around. Now, I know a lot of people usually only put like a little bit of hot glue and then kind of like wrap it around, then finish off with hot glue. I'm always afraid that like it's the twine's going to loosen up or it's going to unravel. So I do hot glue all the way around just to make sure it's secure. I end up going around 5 times. I thought that was the perfect like width of the twine to make an impact on what is going to be, I'm sure you guys guessed it, a bell. So I finished that up on the second one. Then we're going to drill holes on the top. Make sure you're wearing protective eyewear because the shards of metal do fly up, so be careful. And next we are going to take our nautical rope after I clean everything up, push all those little pieces down, so be careful, you guys. And okay, so now we're going to take the nautical rope, feed it through. I'm going to tie a knot, and then we're going to push it back through. Now I'm taking my whole strand of nautical rope here because I don't know what length I want it yet. So you can see I'm going to pull it up, and then I'm going to add a little bit more length so that I could do a big knot up top. This way we have something to hang it from. Now the one on the right I haven't tied yet, so I'm going to play around with the lengths because I want them staggered. I don't want them side by side. Then I'll tie that knot off, cut it off, voila. But we're not done. All right, so then I take my sanding block from Dollar Tree. I'm going to distress this just a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit. Okay, all right, I know, I'm funny. Okay, so after I'm done with that, I then hot glue the... Is this like the inside, the base of the knot? I don't really know what to call this. I'm really great at explaining things, but you could see it right here. I'm hot gluing. This way the knots don't go up and down the rope and move around. I don't want to move it around. Now this is where it gets fun, and I feel like the possibilities are endless. I kind of just couldn't stop adding, you know, at this point, but I added some pine branches. Then I had, I think the berries came from a random Dollar Tree pick, and I'm going to hot glue those on there. Then I decided I want this bird. Is this a cardinal? Is this a, what do you call the red birds? I don't know. I was going to say a mockingjay from Hunger Games, but that's definitely not it. All right, so I just wrapped those around, hot glue them. I'm going to add some pine cones to the back just to kind of like even out the whole look of it. And then for the left bell, I end up going a totally different route and putting some pine cones on. But really, this is just your time to like make it your own. I don't think that the video of this, like the reveal, does this justice because it looks so beautiful in person, but I just like could not get the right shot of it. But let me know what you guys think. It's a super easy DIY. Like I said, all of it's Dollar Tree. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Dollar Tree Christmas video. And I hope you guys have an amazing weekend with your friends and your family. And thank you so much for spending your time with me this evening. So we're going to take some glass pieces from Dollar Tree. I'm going to save this jute cord because we will use it again later. Now I'm sorry, either I forgot to press record or my phone didn't record the end of this one, but I think you guys will get what I'm doing here. So I'm going to take off the jute cord. I'm going to go outside and spray paint them black. Now bringing them inside, I am going to try the DIY clear wax. Now, my thinking on this was I thought maybe it would do something different with the white wax. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking, but I put the clear wax on and you could see how it makes it a little bit more glossy. And then I apply the white wax, but I don't really think it made any kind of difference. I think what it usually does is just make the wax more movable. But either way, it turned out beautiful. And what I did not record, you guys, is I hot glued the jute cord back around. I added a finger bow, and then I just added some Dollar Tree florals to the inside to make 2 little floral arrangements. And what's nice about this is you can take the floral arrangements out and you could still use these black wax containers to decorate your home throughout the season. So let me know if you enjoyed this.
Next one. Okay. So we are taking this little snow globe from Dollar Tree, and y'all, I took your all's advice and I got a warm rag, set it on top of the paper, let it soak, and then rubbed it off. And did you just see how clean that came out? Why I did not do it for the back sticker, don't ask me. I like to do double the work. I mean, who doesn't like to do that, right? Nobody ever said that. Okay, now I'm taking scrapbook paper from Hobby Lobby. Y'all, that was the best scrapbooking like pad I've ever gotten. And I am going to go ahead and trace our snow globe out of this. And I use this again in our next project. I love this scrapbooking paper. And then we're just gonna go around, you're gonna cut your snow globe out. Do you guys see how clean that snow globe is? Okay, now we're gonna Mod Podger. I either put like way too much Mod Podge or I put way too little Mod Podge. There's just no happy medium here for me. Nah, there was. The pizza pan, I pretty much nailed that. So, and I don't know why I didn't use the glue stick on here. On the next DIY, I used the glue stick and it is like a game changer. All right, so we're gonna apply that and it does pretty well without me having to apply another coat of the Mod Podge to the top of it. So I decided to leave it as is and not apply a second coat. Now, once that dried up, I am going to, well, first I'm gonna press it down. Then I took my craft knife from Arteza and I'm trying to clean that excess overlap up here. And then you guys, I tried the sanding block again, okay? I think I told you in a previous one, I was like, this is not working. Well, it was because I needed a rougher sanding block. Sanding block is from Dollar Tree. I just went around the edges and you can see like everywhere it's getting white is where it's distressing it. And I loved it. And so I just do that on all the little edges. I use my ladybug vacuum. This stuff sucks up everything. It is so good. Okay, now we're gonna go back with some more nautical rope. You could use jute, you can use, what else do they call it? I don't know. And I'm gonna start from the base of where it's round, and then we are going to follow this all the way around. Now, a tip, make sure you're not putting that hot glue right at the edge of your snow globe, because when you push that nautical rope down, you don't want to squeeze the hot glue out onto your image. So make sure you're kind of putting it a little further back so that you don't have to chance it. And then we are gonna go in, and I didn't know I was gonna do this until after, and you know I like my finished products, so I was like, okay, we need to add another strand of nautical rope here because it looked weird with just one. So we're gonna cover the whole thing up with this. And do not worry, y'all, I'm gonna show you how to cover those ends up. So let's cut that. Make sure that these ends go like right where that little curve starts in the middle. And then we are going to take some Dollar Tree twine, and this one I dropped, so it's a hot mess. And then we are going to hot glue this to the base, and we're only getting that middle part, and I'm just gonna wrap around, and I'm gonna keep wrapping around. I want it to be pretty thick, and this is going to hide the start and the ends of our nautical rope. So you will not see it, ain't gonna look trashy, it's gonna look good. There we go. I'm obsessed with, maybe, do I have it? No, I don't have a favorite. Okay. And then my girlfriend, Lisa Christopher, and subscriber, sent me this ornament. She sent me like 2 of them. And right away, I knew it had to go on here. So I'm taking my Sure Bonder detail gun, getting like the thicker parts of this little ornament. And then voila, that is done. Do you see how easy this is? And instead of scrapbook paper, you can use like a napkin image. I also was almost gonna do that too, but then I saw this ornament and knew, your girl knew what I had to do, okay? And look at how beautiful. I love this. Oh, okay, do you guys have a favorite? Is it all of them? Is it one of them? Let ya girl know. All right, these are, I don't know if they're napkin holders, pencil holders, candy, I don't know what these are, but we're gonna take 2 of them. I know I'm showing one right now, but we're gonna take 2. This one's broken, but don't worry. we will fix you. And we're gonna break these apart. They're just glued. They're pretty easy to take apart. I do save those other pieces because like I said, you might need them on another project, right? So I'm gonna go back into that same scrapbook paper from Hobby Lobby, and we're gonna go ahead and trace out these trees. And y'all, if you are on Instagram, make sure to follow me there as well. And then also, you guys, we have a Facebook group where people post their DIYs, their wood signs, and that is on Facebook, Unicorn Dust Designs. Pretty simple to look up. So make sure to follow us there too. All right, now your girl gets smart and she grabs the glue stick, okay? And this is like the jumbo glue stick from Dollar Tree. And it works like a charm. Okay, let me know, what do you guys think about, my lighting is so off, so I tried to use a white base on my table to kind of brighten it up. Let me know if you like the white or if you're cool with me using my measuring mat all the time. So then I go ahead and apply this. I got inspired to do these because my girlfriend Jessica had actually taken one of these apart and used one of the bigger wood slices and the wooden dowels. And so that's what sparked me to do this. And I love the way that these came out. And just make sure you get those tips of like the branches and stuff really well. And then apply that. I like the glue stick too because you can move the paper around a little bit more, which is awesome. And you know your girl's got to be extra. She's got to order the expensive guacamole and do more. So I'm gonna do 2 more of these. Same thing, we're tracing them all out. Make sure when you trace out your images that like it's the right side so that when you flip it, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Okay. So got some other colors. I seriously love this. Hobby Lobby, thank you for always doing 50% off and having your girls back, okay? Super stoked. There's all 4 of them. Now, these are, I think these wood little slices are from Dollar Tree. They have to be because there's no way I would have walked into Hobby Lobby and been like, I'll just get these just because. When they're $1, I totally say that. So I'm just drilling a hole in these, the same size as my dowels. And I'm not going all the way down. I'm just going a little bit, you know, just need to get it in there. And I'm gonna do this for all 4 of them. Super easy. If you guys can ask Santa for something, a drill gun and a screw gun, they are amazing lifesavers. Well, not a screw gun if you're not into like wood signs and stuff, but a drill gun for sure, for sure, for sure. All right, then we're gonna take our Surebonder detailed glue gun, and I'm just gonna put like a little drop in there just to make sure that it ain't falling apart. I don't want like a friend to pick it up and be like, oh girl, you need to go back to the drawing board here because your stuff ain't surviving Christmas. So we're gonna finish those up, put those dowels in there, and then we are going to grab our little trees. Now I wanted these staggered. I wanted, you know, one higher, one lower. I want you to be able to like see all of them. And so all I did was play around with placement before gluing it down. Then I put my bead of hot glue, the length of, see how that's how I know how far down I want to go. And then I turn them around and then I put a bead of hot glue on the back to add a little bit more security. So you see I do it on the top, the sides, and then we're going to repeat that step for all of these. So you can see how I like go further down with the hot glue, then I go a little bit up. It's all going to depend on the placement. And see, we fixed that little broken branch. I just covered it up with paper. And then let's do our final one. This one is the smaller one. Now you guys can put some greenery on the top of these, a little star. I mean, whatever you want. I just love the simplicity of these and how rustic they looked. So then I'm taking some Spanish moss here, and I didn't like how plain, I know I said I like the plain, the simple, but the base looked so naked that I needed to dress them up with just a little something extra. So I went with the Spanish moss, and it totally added exactly what I needed, y'all. So y'all, this was the final DIY. I hope it gives you some inspiration for some quick decor if you feel like you need to fill in a space here or there for the holidays. I am super excited to be back at this with you all. I'm like seriously so excited. And I will be back on my regular days until the new year. And again, once the new year starts, I'll be posting on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. So make sure you come back and make sure you're liking, subscribing, and make sure to comment down below. I seriously love reading your comments, and it really helps me to get to know you guys. I have gotten to know so many of y'all on a personal level, and it just absolutely warms my heart.
Okay, my friends, we are going to start off with the wood house from Dollar Tree, and then this wood or MDF little sign as well, which I forgot to cover the bottom, so make sure you do that before you start, okay? So we're going to take the house. We're going to take bead board by DIY paint. I'm going to paint the front, the back, the sides. This is going to be a freestanding decor piece, so make sure you get the back of it. And then we're going to set that aside, allow it to dry. Then we're going to grab our round piece. Now that oil spot is Goo Gone. I've had trouble taking off the adhesive. It does pop through the paint, but I end up covering it up with the house anyways, so have no fear, DIY paint is here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and set that aside. Now we're taking our house, we're measuring the roof. These are the big craft sticks from Walmart. And I am just stacking it on top of each other, measuring the other side. Then we're going to hit it with some of the antique and water stain. Love this stuff, it dries super fast. Make sure to get the sides of the sticks because they do show. Now, when you cut these sticks, they kind of tend to bow in the middle. So when you're applying them to the top of your house, make sure to put a lot of pressure on them so that they do not continue to bow up and pop off the top of your house. All right. So after that, we do get this star. This is also from Dollar Tree. Now, I was inspired by this Pinterest post, and it's been in my like folder forever, and I was like, I have to make this. I think it's an Etsy link, so I'll link it down below if I can find like the actual link. And I'm gonna go ahead and glue the star up top. Now we're gonna take some domino pieces and we're going to glue these together. I don't know why I felt the need to glue them together when you're not gonna even see the back side, but I like to make more work for myself, so it is what it is. Now taking some crimson paint by Waverly, I'm going to paint the front and I'm going to paint the sides because you will see the side of the domino piece. Set that aside. Now we're taking a branch. I'm using my dog nail cutters to cut that down. And I'm going to glue the stick to one of my glittery pine cones. Make sure you hold that in place for a minute, let it set up. Then I take the hot gun again, or hot glue, and just put it around the base so we don't worry about that pine cone falling off. Drill a hole in our little stump that I believe I got from Hobby Lobby. Put some hot glue in there so it doesn't go anywhere. Voila! Now we're going to hot glue our door to our house. Super easy. Next, I'm going to take like a little detail brush and some black chalk paint. And we're going to put some like faux window panes in here. So I just do some little squares, rectangles, whatever they look like to you. And then I'm going to grab a smaller detail brush and we're going to go in and create some faux windows. Now in her or his, I don't know who made this, in my inspiration piece, I think they put the windows a little lower, but I guess our house is 2 stories and the living room's just going to be dark without windows. But I think it looks super cute. You don't have to be super neat with them. I think it looks really good. I mean, at first I was like, ooh, that looks sloppy. But then when you put it all together, it looks great. All right. So now I'm using my Star Bond thick adhesive. I'm spraying it with the accelerator. I wanted something with a stronger bond since this house was a bit heavier. And then I'm going to glue our little pine cone tree over here as well. I'm going to grab another one of those little stumps and then attach another pine cone. It just needed something, you know. So attach that pine cone. Now I'm going to take a Jenga block and I'm going to paint the front and the back red. And then I'm going to go in with black chalk paint and I'm going to go around the edge. And for me, this kind of made it seem like a framed sign versus just like a one-dimensional red block. All right, so now I am taking a detail brush. I believe this is from Dollar Tree, and just painting joy on here. I was actually really surprised with how good my letters came out. I was like, hey girl, yes. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and attach that. And I was like, you know what, this needs just something a little extra. So I decided to take Mod Podge and just dab it on very sparingly. Like I didn't want it all over, but I knew it needed just a little more. So you could see, like I'm not going ham with it. I'm just kind of putting it in random places. I will end up putting it on the roof. And this is seriously one of my favorite DIYs that I've done this season. I think it is so cute. And I mean, use your imaginations. There's so many things you can do with this, DIY as well. But look at how adorable this is. And I set it on a riser, and I think that even looks better. I might just attach them. Let me know. For this next one, I'm using these, I don't know what these are, decor pieces from Dollar Tree. You're going to rip the succulents out of them, and then you are going to pull, there's like a metal piece right in the middle, pull that out. Now I am just going to go have fun with these. These are the tiny little pine cones. You get them from Dollar Tree, and I have a mix of them. Some of them have like the white snow on them. Some have gold glitter. Some are plain as well. And the trick with these, especially because we're working with something so small, you have to make sure you're playing around with your pieces before you commit to gluing them on. So you can see how I kind of set them in there first, see if it's going to fit, and then one's going to fit next to it. And it's actually, I really enjoyed doing this. It was very calming. And then I started noticing as I was putting them together, obviously they're not going to fit like super tight to each other, that there were little holes. So I grabbed my pine needles or pine sticks or pine branches from Walmart that had the glitter on them. And I started just cutting off little bits and pieces of them and sticking them in those holes to fill the place, fill those holes up. And it also just made it look more like a woodland, like rustic tree. And I really was digging the vibe of it. So I just continue to put all of these in there. Now, if you guys have, you guys will be picking up what I'm putting down if you're a Dollar Tree shopper. But you know the bigger triangle decor pieces that they came out with? I think it was like last Christmas. Y'all know which ones I'm talking about, right? They were just a dang triangle. Everybody made Christmas trees with them last year. Those would look super good doing this on like a bigger scale with bigger pine cones. So if you have those, pull those out too. And I think that they would turn out beautiful. So I'm going to finish filling this up, and I do a second one as well. Next, I take some finial caps. I get these from Walmart, and I'm going to use my little antique stain here, let that dry up, and then I decided, since it had those little white pine cones in there, that I wanted to kind of give it a whitewash look. So I grabbed my beadboard and I just kind of dry brush over the sides, the front, and then the base as well. Now what I wish I would have done was maybe cut one of like my spindles or something to add height to one of them instead of them being the same height, but it is what it is. All right, now my mat is all warped because I put heat on it, so that's why I'm grabbing this. And we're just gonna attach our finial cap to the bottom of our little triangle piece, and you get these adorable rustic little trees that would look great in tiered trays, in bookshelves. I mean, anywhere, you guys. Look at how pretty and how much detail it looks like and time you spent on these. I absolutely love this. This is one of like the Easter Dollar Tree signs. I'm taking the beadboard paint again, just doing a messy coat. You guys know how I do. And you guys can do you if you want to be like nice and neat. I don't know. There's some things that I'm like super weird about and want them really neat, like covering the back. But then when I paint, I'm like, whatever. Okay, and then we're going to take our metal Believe. This comes in the 3-pack at Dollar Tree, and I'm going to put this antique green on here. Now, I put 2 coats. We know how metal and paint react with each other. So I put 2 coats. Then I cover it with some Mod Podge so that we don't have it scraping off or chipping off. This way I just know that paint ain't going to go anywhere over time. So after I'm done with that, I'm going to take this red burlap ribbon. This is from Dollar Tree as well. And I'm using this on this side so that we could cover the holes. So voila. Somebody came at me because I'm an influencer and don't protect my fingers with finger protectors. So here you go. You're welcome. And next I'm going to flip that around and I am going to use, these are the pine branches that I have on my Amazon store link. I am going to hot glue these on. Now make sure you hold them down for just a little bit. They take just a little bit of time to set up. And then I'm going to attach this other one. Very easy peasy. And I like that these are all inspirational pieces. So you could use any greenery you have, any ribbon that floats your boat. You know what I'm saying? All right. I'm out of breath, you guys. I'm only 4 months and I'm out of breath. All right. So this is my favorite way to rust something out. I use Truffle by Waverly. And then while that truffle is wet, I go in with Pumpkin by Waverly as well. Dab that on. And it gives me like the exact rusty look I'm looking for. As I dry it, I'm like, still a little too much brown. So I just dab a little bit more of my brush into the pumpkin. And I mean like a little bit, you guys. You want it like speckled on there. Let that dry. Turns out absolutely fabulous. Exactly what I was going for. So once that is done, I then take the Mod Podge. We're going to cover that up as well. Again, you guys know when you put chalk paint on like a metal surface, it easily scratches off. That's why we're doing the Mod Podge. So I hot glue that to the top. Now, once I hot glue that, you could kind of still see the top of the branches, which wasn't working for me. So I grabbed my red twine. I believe I got this red twine at Michael's like, I don't know, a long while back. I'm going to make a finger bow videos down in the description box. And I'm going to hot glue that to the top of our bell, which ended up working out because it almost looks like the bell and the branches are hanging from the bow. So I liked it. All right, so then I'm going to take this vinyl decal that I made on my Cameo. This is just a glossy red permanent vinyl. And I'm going to put that on here. Now, I do attach the Believe, and you'll see that, but I just wanted to explain that. I do go in later, and I didn't film it, so sorry. But I did that rust technique on some wood bells from Dollar Tree, and I ended up putting it on top of the Believe. So I didn't film it, but that's how I got like the look of the bells, and then just did little finger bows, which you'll see on the final reveal. So for the Believe, I'm just applying some Star Bond adhesive. It's just easier and less messy than using the hot glue. And you guys know when you put hot glue on the back of these things, they like dry so fast. It just never works out. All right, so turn that sign around. We're gonna get some red twine, attach them to the back for hanging. And then I do cover the back of this sign with some paper that I got at Dollar Tree. So I'm just tracing it out. Usually I would just lay it on top and then cut it out with my craft knife. But since we got all the ribbon and twine on there, I did have to trace it out first. Then I'm gonna cut it, and I'm just showing you guys, if I have some first time viewers here, how I do it. I cut it out, we'll flip it around, and then I will start on one side and I just start hot gluing it down. This just makes your Dollar Tree project go up a notch. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to see this haggard Easter ripped up sign on the back. It also allows me to put it in my booth and nobody knows what it previously was. You know what I'm saying? Just finish it. If you're going to do it right the first time. My mama always said. All right, and this is how it came out. So you can see I added the bells on the top. The rust matches the rust on that beautiful bell over here. I think it is super pretty, very Christmassy, and love the saying. So I hope you guys like it. Let me know what you think. All right, so our last DIY is super easy peasy.
So for this one, we're gonna take these wooden planks from Dollar Tree, some rich black chalk paint, and some crimson chalk paint. And you guys can use acrylic with these, it doesn't matter. I'm taking this stencil brush from Dollar Tree and I'm just doing a messy coat on this. Then I'm gonna take some antique wax and kind of fill in those spaces that we didn't get with the red. Just make it look more distressed, stained. I don't know. I liked the way that it turned out for sure. I hope y'all got some of these when they came out. I haven't seen them recently, but I know that they're there. And then we're gonna get this black chalk paint and we're gonna do the same thing, just coating that up, not being all clean, not covering the whole thing. And then again, the sides, the top, and the bottom. And then if you wanna get in between the planks, you can, but I kind of like the dimension that it adds to it. Then you don't have to do this step. I got that antique wax and y'all, it just looks black. It didn't do anything. Maybe if I would have taken a clean brush, but that didn't work. So then taking these ornaments from the Dollar Tree, these little strings, the jute comes right off, and so do these little pine cones, which by the way, are like a rubbery plastic. They were so weird. I don't know what was going on with those. So we're gonna go ahead and glue these babies on. I got Joy and I got Peace doing the same thing. Taking that twine off, I'm gonna take this greenery off. I even like take this apart because I'm like, maybe I could salvage some of it. The pine cones were a huge no because they were like rubber. And then I'm gonna go ahead and glue our piece on, kind of just doing it on contrasting colors over here. And then I take that greenery, and I really tried, y'all, but it was horrible. So then I take this greenery pick from Hobby Lobby. I used it in my last video with the pizza pan Santa Claus. I'll link that up above. And this greenery is just beautiful. This glitter with this frost. It's like if they got together and had a baby, like this would be it. So these berries that you just saw, y'all, those are from Hobby Lobby. And with their 50% off, they were only $1, and they have like this glass-like texture to them. Like they are so heavy. And if you like cling them together, it sounds like glass. They are extraordinary. Your girl's gonna head there after Christmas is over and hopefully get a bunch of clearance picks. So I'm just layering these leaves on top of each other. And then we're taking these. Now these, you just kind of have to almost screw off of their vines, and they came off very easy. We're gonna take 3 of them over here, and we are going to hot glue those on to our leaves. They hot glued very well. I had no issues with these sticking. I hope y'all are still in the Christmas spirit because your girl's still decorating her house. And these are fun pieces too, you guys, to give as little gifts as well. So keep that in mind. Oh, I'm obsessed with these. These are by far my favorite. That is why I'm showing you them first, because I was just obsessed with them and they totally went a completely different way than I thought. And I'm so happy with the outcome. So we put those leaves on, and then with this one, I'm putting the berry right where that hole was in the O for like hanging to cover that up. And then we're putting these 3. Oh gosh, look at how stunning. I know I keep saying it, but this one is for sure my favorite. For sure. They're so pretty. Look at that. Oh my, you see those berries? Okay. So now we're gonna try and put a back. Now I'm gonna show you 2 ways because this way did not work. So do not do it this way. I stacked 2 of the Jenga blocks together. Then I attached it to the back because I wanted this to be like, to go on like a tiered tray. And it was too top heavy, which I should have known. So then I got 2 more Jenga blocks and I thought, well, I'll apply it to the back and it would get some more weight on there. And it does stand up, but if you were to put this on something that had like a drawer on it that you open and close, it's gonna fall forward. So don't do it that way. So for the peace sign one, I'm going to go ahead and, yeah, it's not working, girl. I'm going to lean it up, like put it at an angle. And then I put just a little hot glue on the back of that piece of paneled wood. And this worked so much better. So it's kind of like leaning like a picture frame. And that worked. Then I tried to take that off. It wasn't happening, y'all. It did not happen. Oh, imagine these, you guys. Okay. Ooh, so beautiful. Imagine these two. If you made a bunch of these and put them on a Christmas tree as ornaments, how stunning would that be? In my voice. Oh my gosh. All right, our last DIY. So my intention was to make these ornaments, and then I totally went in a completely different direction. So these are the frames from Dollar Tree, and we're gonna go ahead and take them apart. You're not gonna use any of the glass, nothing, so you can set those to the side. At first I thought I was gonna use them, but I didn't. Then I'm taking the rich black folk art chalk paint. You could use acrylic paint with this, whatever you like. And we are gonna cover this entire thing up. Now at first, like I said, I thought I was gonna do ornaments with it. So I do paint the back, but I do not paint the inside of the frame on the back. So make sure you do that if you're going to create these for tiered tray decor. So as you see, I do the back because I wanted, you know, semi-finished product, but see how that green is in the middle? I did not paint that on these. So make sure to do that if you want to use these as tiered tray decor. So after those are dry, I go in with my plaster and I just give it like a light dry coat of paint, just to make sure that I just stress it down a little bit. I think it adds more depth, more dimension to the piece as well, instead of it having stark black. So here you guys, I was thinking I was gonna do like scrapbook paper behind it and then put some beads on it to hang it. Like it totally went, I don't know. But I loved the way the red truck sat inside the frame just so perfectly. And the frames were able to stand up on their own, which I was like, I need this for my tiered tray. So I end up hot gluing just the truck to the inside frame. And I'm like, oh my gosh, so cute, right? And then I'm gonna go ahead and I noticed that those prongs that like keep the frame in, or no, I don't do that yet, sorry. Okay, now taking the mini Christmas trees that all my amazing subscribers sent me. Cannot wait to do some giveaways with these next holiday, next Christmas. Oh, here I go. Now I'm kind of just folding the prongs back so that they're not sticking out, and that was fairly easy. So this one, your girl was thinking ahead, and she painted gosh, sorry, I'm talking about myself in third person. All right, so now we're just gonna hot glue these little mini trees in here, and I didn't know I was doing it, but the trees actually go like small, medium, large, which is adorable. And the Christmas tree one especially almost looks like you could have made this into like a little TV. Oh, so many ideas come after, you know, when you're watching these videos and editing them, but so cute. So now we're gonna take ribbon. I'm gonna make a double loop finger bowl. I will attach above my finger bow video. These are so easy to create, and they are seriously the prettiest bows. Look at this. Like, it is the perfect bow. And then we're gonna make some little dovetails on the end of this, and I'm gonna attach that to the side of our Christmas trees over here. And look at how perfect. Oh, that bow. Look at that bow. Y'all, hello, so cute. All right, now we're gonna do a single finger bow, and we're gonna loop that through. And in my bow video, you guys, I do this in real time, so it's very slow, and I repeat the process for you a few times. So now we're gonna put this one in the middle after we figure out the sizing. I hope you guys love these. Let me know, would you guys use them as your tiered tray decor, or would you make them into Christmas ornaments? So here we go. There we go. There we go. Hey, 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 hey. All right. So then I was like, this one's a little too plain. So I'm gonna grab some twine and I'm gonna make another finger bow, wrapping it, I think 3 times. And then we are just going to put this bow directly on top. And that is it, y'all. I'm super excited how these turned out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure if you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and make sure to leave your girl a comment because you know I love reading them all the time. I hope you guys are having a very Merry Christmas. And like I've said, I will start the new year. We are going to get into some home decor DIYs, bathroom makeover, organization, all of it. Look at how adorable these are. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have an amazing start to your week, and I will be back here soon.
Because you're so handsome. You say hi. Oh no, that doesn't mean get on my. No. No, sit. Oh, such a good boy. Do you see that handsome white mark? Oh yeah, that's your soul patch, huh, honey? What? Can I get you to moan? He loves his ears long. Okay. All right, I'm done.
This DIY is going to be easy peasy. So we are going to take 3 books from Dollar Tree, make sure they're hardback and that they're all the same height. Then I'm going to take these IOD Christmas transfers, and I get these from Vonda at thepaintedheirloom.com. Don't know if they're selling Christmas right now, but you could also get them from different vendors. So we are going to start off by just making a basic book stack. I'm going to do some hot glue. Don't ask why I keep adding this Tite Bond glue on everything, but I do. And as you can see, once I apply the glue, I stand the books up. That way I know that they're all sitting, you know, on a flat surface and they're not like up, down, and janky and wobbly. Okay, after that, I'm going to take Rich Black by Folk Art. I'm going to paint the covers and the spines. Sorry if you hear a baby. What do you call it? Now I got distracted. I don't paint each book individually because I didn't want to waste paint on something I wasn't going to see. So right here, you can see on the spines, the text is kind of like engraved in there, but that's totally okay. We just want to cover the color, and our transfer will cover like any of the engravings that might pop out along the way. So after that is dry, I'm going to apply Mod Podge. The Mod Podge is to protect the paint. First off, okay, she's getting boisterous over here, so I need to get her. And it's also going to give the rub-on transfer something to attach to. She's on my lap now. All right, so now we're going to take that transfer. You can see it sticks to the book. And then I'm just taking my Cricut tool, and I am going to start rubbing that on top. Now, this transfer comes off so easily, and if it doesn't, all you have to do as you're peeling it up, if there's still like the image left on your sheet, then just put it back down and just rub a little bit more. And you guys, these transfers are so detailed. And if you can't find this one, you know, I'm sure Dollar Tree will come out with Christmas transfers. You could get them on Amazon. I'll look for some Christmas ones if I can and add them to my Amazon shop. Now we're going to burnish this, which means we're just basically rubbing the image into whatever surface you're putting it on. And then you can clear it with polyacrylic, Mod Podge, whatever you want. I didn't feel it necessary to do that with this book, but you definitely can. Now I'm going to wrap it with some twine. This is going to hold all of our pages together so the books aren't opening and all that doodaddy stuff. And I'm going to tie that super nice and tight. I'm just going to do a knot. Then I'm going to add this little poinsettia. I thought it needed just a little something, but you can definitely leave it plain. And then right here, I'm going to hot glue the petals around the book. That way, instead of it like popping out at you, it looks like it's wrapping around the book. I thought it looked good, anywho. And this is how it turned out. It looks so, I want to say regal. I love the vintage Santa Claus. And I'm going to go close up because you guys have to see these details. They're absolutely insane. Like, look at how great that Santa Claus looks. Super. Oh, I know this has been done a million times, but I've never done it on my channel, and I knew I wanted one in my home this year. So I'm going to take the wood grain charger plate from Dollar Tree. I'm going to do a messy coat of the chalk paint, and I want this just to be super simple, and I don't want to say elegant because it's more rustic. But anyways, I'm going to take the chalkboard paint from Dollar Tree. If you guys have not tried the chalkboard paint, it is so good. I have the inside of my pantry door painted with this, and it has lasted for over a year now. So I'm just going to do one coat of this. It's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. I am going for like a rustic feel, so it doesn't have to be super clean in my eyes anyways. And then we're going to let that dry up. I'm going to go ahead and accessorize this with a Dollar Tree bow, and then I'm going to grab some, these leaves came from Walmart picks, and if you guys have not checked out Walmart picks for Christmas, do it this year. So again, just that little addition of a sparkle, that red and black bow to tie it all in. And then lastly, we need to season our chalkboard. And the reason you season chalkboards is so that your chalk does not stain. Meaning if I were to write 25 directly on it and then try to wipe it away, that 25 would not wipe away. So you want to season it. And then I'm going to put your usual, days until Christmas. And I love how this turned out. Again, I know it's been done a lot of times, but I wanted one for my house, and maybe it's something somebody hasn't seen, or the charger being the wood grain one would be a little different. I'm not sure. But I hope you guys enjoyed this DIY, and just it shows you how like simple you can be, but it makes such a statement. And again, this would be a great seller if you have a booth or you do like craft fairs as well. So I wanted to remind you guys that I do have let's move on. So taking this Dollar Tree bell, I am going to take all of the stuff off the top, save it though. Then I'm going to take my IOD molds. These are the snowflake molds, and I'm going to take my air dry clay. Now, I think my clay was dry, I swear, because like it was, there was just stuff happening, okay? But you can also use, which I don't think you can necessarily use on like items that are curved, but you could put hot glue in these molds too, but you have to apply them to a flat surface. So putting my air dry clay in, once I get all of my snowflakes done, then I'm going to flip that silicone mold upside down, and I'm kind of going to like peel it back here and then get my snowflakes out. Now you could see some of like the arms of the snowflakes are cracking off, and I think that's because my my clay was dry. So once I'm done with that, I'm going to take that Titebond wood glue, and I'm going to put it on the back of my snowflake, making sure to get all of those points. And I'm just going to kind of slap it on there. Yeah, just slap it on there. Sloppy Joes. And what is that from? What is that movie from? What is that saying from? I don't know. Okay, so then you're going to press that down. Don't press too hard because you don't want to lose the details of your clay. And I'm going to continue to do that all the way around my bell. And you can do that. Oh, excuse me. Oh, girlfriend. Okay, and then so I'm going to leave this overnight and let it dry and set up. We don't want to start painting while they're still wet. Then I'm going to take my Crimson by Waverly. I need you guys to comment down below. What is your favorite red? Give me the name of the red and then the brand as well, because I like Crimson red, but I still haven't found like the perfect red, And I don't like lacquer. I think that has a pink undertone. Okay, so now I'm just painting this. I'm going to give it 2 coats. I'm making sure to use like a stencil brush so I could pounce it in all of the details of the snowflakes so I don't leave any white in there. And after I'm done, you guessed it again, the white wax. Of course, I'm bringing out the detail. The white wax also acts as a sealant, so you don't have to apply a clear coat to this or anything. The wax is going to protect your paint for you. So after this, I wanted to do a different hanger, so I'm grabbing some twine, and I'm just going to hot glue it to each side, making a nice big loop. Now to cover the sides of that nautical rope, I'm going to grab some smaller twine. I'm going to start on the back by hot gluing it, and then I will wrap it around. Now you guys see that hole? See the hole right there? I kept telling myself, like, oh, you're not gonna see it, it'll be fine. No, I couldn't do it. So I wrap this around, I bring it all the way to the top, and then I am going, you guys, opportunity. I just grab whatever's by me. I'm gonna grab a little piece of like a tag. Wait, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. Didn't I just do that? Oh, no. Okay. I'm grabbing a little piece of a tag. I'm going to cut a little baby circle out of it. Okay. And then I'm going to take that thin twine and I'm going to start hot gluing it around the circle. I could not leave that hole there. Okay. It was driving me nuts. So after, you'll see I have this little twine circle, and I'm going to hot glue it on top. Now you guys, check out this belt. If you are somebody that is like super loves decorating trees, like you have those big trees with big ornaments, imagine these bells all over the tree with ribbon and sparkly warm colored lights. Like, how gorgeous would that be? All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this Christmas in July. Thank you all so much for spending basically 2 hours with me. Drop me a Christmas tree emoji if you have hung on up until this point. I appreciate you all, and I hope you guys have great holidays.
We got one more day of swim. After tumbling, we're gonna go get fireworks. Love you. What do you want for breakfast? Okay, I'll be up there in just a second, okay? Oh, the lighting is never good in here, but we're trying the best we can with what we got. Look at my little mug. Can you see her? She's a little burrito. A little tiny burrito. She's 1 month old today. How? How did I give birth 1 month ago? It just blows my mind. Was that a spike? Just dust. Okay, let's get into this. Oh, Chris. No, don't. We don't want to get copyrighted or anything. Can I just say I didn't decorate at all for Christmas last year except a tree because I was very pregnant and very sick. So this year, Mama's going all out. You guys have a fabulous week. Spotlight Saturday is Saturday. I will see you on all the chats. Bye. You guys, let me know what you think about my hair parted in the middle. Okay, trying it out. Let's see. You know what the first thing I noticed? I literally thought that I had something like in my hair from my brush. Okay, you could already see them, right? We're gonna call them my tinsel. I kept like pulling at my hair and like going like this because I thought that like maybe there was a string or something that like attached to my brush, and then, you know, while I was brushing through. No. Look at that one. Look at that. Look at that one. That one's like not one. That's like 3 collective hairs, probably more next to each other. Oh my gosh, look at all of that shiny tinsel. I mean, like, I'm not like super mad about it, but like, really, I just colored my hair. Like, these are like strong, man. They're like, girl, get over the dye. Like, look at right there too. All of that. Okay. All right. Let me know what you think about. I feel like the middle ages me a little bit, but at the same time, I always feel like these look like they're thinning out or something. So it makes me look like I have more hair than I do, but then it makes my forehead look like, hey, but you know what? Tyra Banks has a big forehead, and look at her. Oh, all right. Let's get it. Hey, minute. All right. You guys, I bought these to meal prep with, right? It was supposed to be like a chicken cashew something, something. That's what's left. Needless to say, I haven't even meal prepped yet. My bad. All right. Now to take a nap. Stop, Mom. Okay. No, you have drool. You don't need to be that close and personal. I was trying to get you some limelight here, but you're not. You smell like dog. Can you just see that? No. Okay, sit. Oh, good boy, listening. No, we don't need to drool. We don't need to lick. Okay. Look, you're already. There's no food around or anything, and you're still drooling. You're a fast mo. All of y'all. No. No, that just made it worse. Okay, right. As long as it's not on me, right? Oh, God, it just keeps coming. Okay, so. Momo, stop licking my hands. Hi, honey. Stop, Momo. Hey, you guys. I hope you're enjoying the craft so far. No, there's only one. Okay, so, hey, where are you going? Now he leaves.
Is that black?
That's just black, yeah.
Oh, they did brown though.
No, they did not. It's all black.
That sure looks brown.
Well, I like it black, so do it black. Already hot.
Yeah, you are. Well, there's no acoustics.
Well,
That's
you
so
could do
quiet.
music right there, and you have your phone sitting right next to you.
So quiet in
If
here.
you need inspirational
Like
punk.
jailhouse craft room time.
You guys, get out so Mom can finish. Don't.
Oh, you were very. Side view?
All right. I literally just brushed my hair. How? How does it get like that? And this, y'all, is legs in the bed all the time. Y'all, if you have not watched Christmas Chronicles yet, 1 and 2 with Kurt Russell, Goldie Hawn, please do so. Kurt Russell is like the hottest Santa I've ever seen. So much. It's actually a really good movie too. Movies, because there's 2 of them. Okay, anyways, let's get into this. I just wanted to show you guys this. Don't be jealous, okay? I'm not showing you this for you to be jelly. I'm just showing it to you. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I've shown you guys my Hocus Pocus one. This is, if you go follow her on YouTube, Monner's Market. Her name is Brenda. She's the sweetest gal ever. She made me a Hocus Pocus one. I reached out to her and said, can you make me a Santa Claus one from Tim Allen? Because now I'm going to start binge watching that. 1, 2, and 3. So the saying I wanted her to put was seeing isn't believing, believing is seeing. And she picked this rad print. And then you guys just wait. Only I would have Tim Allen Santa Claus's face on a cup. Oh my God, is that not? It just makes me so excited. All right, you guys, let's get on. Now I need to make
Probably Saturday.
Say. Oh. Can I just say the whole way bloopers started on this channel in the first place was because I was wearing red lipstick and I was doing my intros and then realized it was all over my teeth, and that's how bloopers started. Did you see that little thing? I think it was just dust. Don't say it's a spirit. Look, there's another one. Okay. If you guys haven't seen this stuff, I mean, I've decorated since then, but it's on my vlog channel. These cabinets are amazing, by the way, and so is this. Okay, anyways. I don't know why I always have to end with. Who is that? What movie is that from? Oh, Tim Allen on Santa Claus Rainbows Papa Show.